Friends, how's everybody doing today? I'm getting ready to start some new journals, so I wanted to share with you really quick what I got going on. This is Sheree, and welcome to my channel. I have listed these 3 book covers in my eBay shop, and my eBay shop is always linked in my description box. I want to check out what I have in there. But I've got 1 history and 2 math books, and they're all about the same similar sizes, as you can see, and so I have the exact measurements in the listing, so they're all in one listing. So if you would like a few of these, and I think they're probably all antique, but they might be vintage if they're not antique. They're all by, these 2 are by Wentworth Smith, and this one says Hill. This is the history book, and these 2 are the math book. So let me just show you real quick the covers, and then we'll get on to working on a journal. But this one actually says 1910 right there that somebody wrote in here. It says spring term 1910. So these were used in schools. They're quite worn, but I would totally make a journal out of these. I just, this is the stack I've told myself I would get through before the end of the year. So in order to meet that goal, I'm willing to sell a few of them. These 3 here, and then I'm going to see if I can do the other 5. I've got these 3 and another 5 here to work on. So that one had its spine still. This one does not have its spine. It has writing on the back. Let's see. This one also has a little symbol on the back. So these 2 are the math. And this one says School Mathematics Book 1, and this one says Complete Arithmetic. So I think there's a good chance that these are both antiques. And then this one could be, it looks like an antique, right? It probably is an antique also, but I have no way to prove that. But anyway, this one has its spine too. And so you could use the original spine to make your journal. And here it says Young People's History of North Carolina. It has like a symbol, like a state symbol right here. And I can see some red on there. So yeah, it's probably the state, the state seal. I should say. I don't mean to say symbol. I meant to say state seal of North Carolina is probably what it is. There's some writing on the back of this one as far as, a printed label or whatever that is. And then it has a couple of old pages. And this looks like ink to me, like somebody spilled ink on it. Like, I don't know if they were writing on it with a fountain pen way back when, or actually had a little bottle of ink and spilled some ink on it. But yeah, this is how I got it. So, except I had pages in it. I've used all the pages in book page bundles that I have sold. So in my shop. So what is one piece of tape on my desk? Let me put that in the trash. So the books I'm going to work on now that are not in my shop that I'm going to make journals out of is this one here. This says Collected Works of William Shakespeare on the spine. This is the spine, like about 2 or so inches, 2.5 inches. So I'm going to try to use the original spine on this one. It has a very beautiful cover. It's kind of, it has an embossed look to it, and it's got like a frame around here, and it probably used to be gold, it looks like. And so it just has a really pretty cover, I thought. Here's what I have inside, just a glossary page, no date. And the back here is plain. It's kind of greenish. Almost has a little bit of blue in it, maybe. I'm not sure, but greenish, blue tinted. This has more of a solid, like hunter green color. And this one also has a spine. Sharp arrows, I don't know. I like the cover. And the whole overall look of this cover with this gold writing is kind of embossed. I can feel a texture there, and then it has like this feels embossed too. A little plant, like flower and leaves there, and then it has arrows over here. A little shelf, and then a frame around. And the back is plain. These are all similar sizes too. This one must have been a children's reader, maybe. I don't know if it was a math book, but maybe at least it was a reader. But it says Good Times Together there. I think it's really cute. Got the kids playing on a playground here, jumping rope. Looks like it has a little writing on it, but I would just ignore that. You know, it just has a nice overall vintage or antique patina here. I don't know if I would leave these in here. This has some coloring or like red pencil on it. I would probably make this new inside, and here's the back on this one. And of course this one needs a new spine. There's nothing there. So, and this one I thought was really neat. The whole cover's like embossed. It has a texture over the whole cover. And front and back. Back is plain. It does have its spine, although it's pretty small, so I would probably have to make a new spine on this one just to get 2 signatures and then have enough room for somebody to put something in there. Otherwise, it would just be a total alligator mouth. And oh, this one says 1938, so not quite an antique, but almost 1938. Another 10 years or so, it'll be an antique. But I just really like the red color, and this is a little embossed. Bedtime Stories, volumes 1 through 4. A little picture there of, looks like mom reading a book. So, Uncle Arthur's Bedtime Stories. Isn't that a cute? I think that would be such a cute journal. So that's, what did I say, 5? Yeah, that's 4. And then this one is a math book too, like I'm selling those other math books. But this one had this really cool picture on the front, Living Arithmetic. Grade 3, and it has like a jester, or I guess that's a jester there. He's holding the letter 9 in his hand. There's a 5 and a 3 and a little plus. The children, the back is plain. It has a spine, and again, but this one's too small to keep, so I would give this one a new spine and fix this up. No date in here at all, so I don't know. I'm going to say it's at least vintage. You know that these two are very vintage, and this one too. And well, the only one I don't have a date in any of these, so these are all definitely. I didn't have a date in any of these, right? So these are all. Look at the inside of this one. Did I show you this? I don't think I showed you the inside of this one. It actually has some nice papers in here that I think I will leave. And look at the spine. It has a piece of map in there. Isn't that cool? I think that's really cool, like an old map. It's a very old map in there. So I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to make some enough papers for all of these and then go from there. So I haven't gotten out anything to like rebuild the spines yet, or any fabric or paper for the inside of the covers. I haven't done that yet, but I got out a stack of papers I like to use. There are a lot of different types of papers that I have coffee dyed, and I just thought, wow, this would be great to just kind of almost use these as a stash buster. And there's probably, I would probably guess there's enough pages and papers here to do all of those journals. So I thought we could, I'm just grabbing my paper cutter. I thought we could get started on that. So the fun, I mean, I like making pages. I don't know, and I have watched other people make their pages, and I think it's really, I don't know what, I just think it's fun making the papers and then, you know, cutting them down, seeing what people are using. So these apparently are all coffee dyed. These were all in one stack. Like, I have organized stacks of coffee dyed paper. I don't know why these are with these other papers, but they are, maybe because they're a little different. They're a little darker. And I have a stack of the ones I have organized into piles. I have a stack of, I've organized them into 2 piles. One is the grungy coffee dye paper, and one is just the lightly colored, you know, lightly coffee dyed, or kind of like normal coffee dye, no extra. So this is a coloring book. These are actually coloring book pages that were coffee dyed. I'm going to cut this one, the fold off of this one. So I'm going to say that I need, well, I want, I don't have to have cardstock on the middle of the signature. but that's what I usually do. But for these, I'll say I don't have to. But I still would like to have cardstock on the first, or, you know, around the cover of the signature. So if I don't count that, if I don't count the cover, that means I'm going to need, let's see, that would be -2, so 18 papers for each journal. 18 times 5, well, 20 times 5 is 100, so just under 100 papers. Fold it in half, and then I will have to cut them down because, let's see, none of these are probably all around 8 inches or 8.5 inches. So yeah, I'm going to have to cut a little bit off the tops. But let's see, I'll just kind of fold and you can see what kind of papers I have. So we had these coffee dyed, we have coloring book pages that have been, I mean, I think everything here has been coffee dyed, so I'm not going to say coffee dyed anymore. You're just going to know that everything's coffee dyed. But I only have, well, I could have, my husband said he's going to watch a football game until 6 or 6:30. So I'm doing this in one evening before it's going to be posted and or published, this video. So I either have like 8 minutes or 38 minutes, 8 or 38 minutes. So these are all really cool coloring book pages because they're double-sided, and I think they're really pretty coffee dyed. If you've never coffee dyed your, and these are thing I liked about this particular coloring book was the overall design is something that takes up the whole page, and so you can, it's pretty as is, or you could color it, you know. So yeah, when I saw this, when I got it at a thrift store, when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's the perfect coloring book. Because if it's a picture, then you know you have to see if it goes with the journal, all that kind of thing. These just go with really any journal, because I mean, I didn't coffee dye the whole coloring book, so I can go through it, through and have a white one if I want, because they're originally white, so I can get a white one if I want, or I could dye them other colors, or I can, use these coffee dyed ones. So this is the last coloring book page. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. So, and I have 5 book covers. So this is some lined paper. I see I coffee dyed some of that. It's got blue lines. So I'm just going to fold everything in half, and then you'll see what kind of papers are going in here. I've been using these papers, but as you can see, I have quite a stack here, and I have another stack of papers, music, plain paper, all kinds of papers, by where I dye my coffee, dye my papers with coffee or whatever I'm dyeing it with. So I need to use some of these to make room for more, so I can coffee dye some more, because I have papers that I plan on coffee dyeing. I just haven't done any more because my paper supply that I've coffee dyed is already kind of stocked up. Although I do need to do some colored. I noticed I'm getting low on blue food coloring dyed papers. So yep, I will have to start doing some paper dyeing pretty soon. But I really enjoy that. It does take time though. Let's see, for these, I think I'm going to cut off this rough edge. Let me do these two first. Let's see if it'll go through here without too much trouble as far as this rough kind of edge. No, yeah, I was afraid of that. It doesn't want to exactly go through there very nicely. So let's do it like this. I could do it with scissors, but then it might not be a straight line. So let's do it like this. Actually, let's cut off the whole hole and everything because it probably needs to be shorter anyway. I need to cut off some length, you know, anyway. So I hope everybody's doing good. I'm glad you came by to visit with me today and spend some time watching me make some new journals. Start making some new journals. One of my last few videos, this one has a little tear in it, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. So I may need to cut it down later anyway, or I can always put something on the edge, some washi tape, or some of my page edge decoration, you know, strips or whatever, anything like that. So let's see, I've got 2 more of these that need to be cut, and here's another one. Let's see how many more of these I have. All of these need to be cut. Oh, I have quite a few of these. This must have been some kind of a planner or calendar book. Probably some kind of planner. Let's see if I can cut all these at one time. I don't know. I don't know if it will do it. It should, but it might not. Yeah, that's a little thick for my, I don't think it's going to do that. Let's do 2 and then maybe 3, because there's 5 of those. And the other one did really good the way I did it, so cutting off the holes again. The holes and the rough edge. There's one set. And this one. Yeah, so I mentioned in one of my last few videos I was going to put away my Christmas stuff. I really thought it was going to take longer than it did, but I just started going and going and going, and before I knew it, it was put away. Yeah, and so I was very happy that I got it all put away. And even though I bought a few new things this year, I didn't buy that much, but I did buy a few things recently, and but I used a lot too this year. So I was able to get everything back into the same bins, and I didn't have to, I mean, I don't have room for another bin for Christmas, to store Christmas stuff, but I was able to get it all back in the same bins that I already had, so that was also a good, very good thing. So it's all put away, and then I just kind of cleaned up my desk over there and my sewing table over there, and then back of me I cleaned the dresser off too, except that I have some scraps back there, some scrapbook paper scraps. I put some scraps in my scrap box, like plain, like file folder scraps and brown paper scraps, but I think I kept all the scrapbook paper scraps out in a little pile behind me, so I would like to, I like to keep up with my scraps, so I would like to, you know, do something with those very soon, or I'm going to have to put them in my scrap box in order to clean that off. So I ended up with a pile of things I didn't put away. I put it in a little basket in the top basket in my 3-tiered, rolling cart. So that I need to put away still. And this looks like it's been folded in half before. This has, I apparently dyed a doily, coffee dyed a doily on here. That came out nice. Yeah, that's, or maybe, no, that must be coffee dyed. I don't think that's stenciling. I guess it could be stenciling too, but I don't think I would have stenciled over a doily, but I might have. So it's either stenciling or coffee dyeing. And then this one is stenciling. That's stenciling. That's very pretty too. If you don't have any luck coffee dyeing with placemats and things, trying to get a pattern or a print from your coffee dyeing on your coffee dyed paper, you can always stencil like that. Okay, so that's only 2 of those I had. I did have more of those, but I've apparently used them up. And then this is just some, what do they call this, dot matrix paper, the old computer paper with the tracks. So this has a really nice, look at the edges, how it got nice and like the dark shading of the coffee dye. But let's see, I have about 5 pages of this too. Let's see if I can, they're perforated, so I can tear them and make them into separate. I can't believe I didn't tear them. I must have laid a big strip on my table and just coffee dyed away there. Coffee dyed away. Okay, and then there's one more. Oh, no, this one's lightly coffee dyed. Very, very lightly. And then, oh, here's another big strip. Oh, I got a bunch of that. Let's see how much of this I have. I have another panel here, another big strip. These are mixed with some blue and different colors. Let's use these two because these are different. So I'm going to put this one to the side for the moment. And we'll use these two. Okay, yeah, that's, I see some more on the bottom, but I don't know what color it is. So let's do this. So on these types of papers, I don't like to cut off the tracks because that's kind of like the whole point of the paper. So I'll usually make a pocket, you know, and make it the size that I need it so I can keep the tracks. But for right now, I'll just fold these in half and we'll deal with that later. So, oh, I'm not counting. I wonder how many papers I have so far. Well, probably not quite enough yet, so we'll keep going for a little bit. My husband hasn't knocked on the door where he's done watching football, so I think I'm safe for the moment. These are, I really like these coffee dyed ones. These are really cool, and that will look very cool in a journal. So there'll be a lot of, you know, you're seeing the pages that are going to go in here. There's going to be a lot of room for writing or gluing in different things, whatever anybody wants to do. Look at that one. There's a line down the middle. I love coffee dyeing because every page is different. It's so fun. Oh, I hear noise. I think he might be finishing up. Okay, let's just try to get a little bit more done here. Oh, I've got some music here too. This will be great for the journals, some music. Let's cut the fold off here and get a couple of these folded real quick before he knocks on my door. I've already made dinner. So dinner's waiting for us whenever he's done watching football. And I did some house cleaning today, but I was going to do a little more, but I have a day off this week, or a few days a week, because it's Christmas week, and so I'll be able to finish my cleaning before everybody comes over for Christmas another day. So I thought I'd go ahead and do some more crafting, because that's what I want to do. Alright, so this is some kind of blueprint paper, and I don't think anyone sent me this, but somebody may have, but I think I remember getting this, although I could be imagining it, but I think I remember getting this at a thrift store. Some kind of diagram type, but a very simple one. Anyway, it's coffee dyed now. Really nice, interesting paper. So these are, as you can see, a lot of neutrals. But I think that's really, I think I'll have some probably color in the signature covers. But I have I have a couple paper pads in mind for the signature covers. I have Tim Holtz, and Tim Holtz has color. But they're kind of neutral, but they have a little color too. Tim Holtz scrapbook paper. And then I have another scrapbook paper it's actually cardstock, but it's all, I got it at Tuesday morning, and maybe you have it too. It's like all maps or something. Yeah, it's all maps. I really liked it when I found it. But I haven't used very much of it because I actually have maps too. I have all kind of maps and atlases too, so I haven't used much of the scrapbook paper, but maybe for this, maybe I'll try to use that one because, like I said, I haven't used any of it. I don't know if I've used any of it. And I keep looking at it like I would like to use this, but I don't know where I'm going to use it because I always use my maps. Okay, there's a little bit more music paper here. Yeah, let's see what this is. Oh, this is I must have coffee dyed a whole kind of sheet music with the pages, and that's the cover. But it's all paper, you know, it's not a cardstock cover. So here's all the music pages, lots of those. Another coloring book page, coffee dyed page. So what are these? These are, oh, this is this was from, I'm trying to remember if these are individual sheets or did I cut them? I think they were individual sheets, so I guess it would be nice to have some of these little smaller pages. I'll at least fold 5 of them. One for each journal, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if there's some I don't use, they'll already be folded and ready to make into whatever size I need for a future journal. So let's see what I have here as far as, oh, this is cool. Some primary paper, but this is not the thin one. This is a thicker one, so I'll put these in here. These are different. Here's some more coffee dye, which we already have, so I won't mess with those. Here is some kind of book pages. We'll look at those in a second. Let's use these up. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second and see if he's ready to watch TV and done with football and ready to eat dinner, and I'll be right back. Okay, so he's not ready yet. He said it's a good game and he wants to watch. He said he would stop at a certain time if it was a blowout, but it's apparently not a blowout, so close game, so he wants to watch a little bit more of it, so we've got time. We've got time. This is coffee dyed paper. This is actually a digital of blueberry paper from Studio 28E, Sheree Smear. Left over from my design team days, and I still have this paper, but I did coffee dye it also, as you can see. So it really came out really cool. You probably wouldn't really know it was printed paper since I coffee dyed it. This is from, I don't know, dictionary. It looks like the index though. Well, let me see. We've got some rough edges here. I mean, I could leave them rough, but I don't know. I don't want to make them, I kind of want to even them up. So, but I think I only have 3 of these. Okay. So maybe the next video we can work on the covers. And, you know, the book covers, you know, at some point work on signature covers. Oh, I need to fold these in half. So we'll have 1, 2, 3 of these. And then, let's see what these are. These are cardstock. Let's see, these have a fold. These must have been, are these perforated? I think they are perforated. So there must be some kind of card that I have. I think they're perforated. But I think I can leave them together. They're strong, so. But they've been coffee dyed. Let's see how many I have. 1, 2, 3. Which way do they go? They fold so easily because they're perforated. I'm just worried about them coming apart. I might have to reinforce that if I make that if I do use those, which I would like to. So yeah, here's the primary or kids, you know, little kids writing paper. And this is a thick one. If you ever, I've only found one of these, like maybe this is the only one I ever found. But once or twice I found these. 2 at the most, if it was 2. I don't know, but it's really nice, thick thicker paper than the regular ones like that you get at Dollar Tree or whatever, and those are so thin. This is a nice thick paper. Let's see, do I have 5? 1 for each journal. I think I have maybe 6 here. That was 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. Oh, I might have like I'm going to try to use a lot of this paper up, so I might have to put more pages than I planned on in there. But we shall see. We shall see. I got a good stack going here. Yeah, because after I do these, I want to get them done by December 31st. That's my goal. And that's going to be hard for me because, you know, I work every day. So, I'm tired at night, so I do a lot on the weekends. Okay, so let's see. We've used all of this paper here. We used some of these. What is this one here? I don't recognize this. I think I'll put that in there. Here's some more coffee dye paper. This is what I call my tie-dye paper. I'm not going to put that in there because, you know, it really, I mean, it could go, but I'm got all neutrals, and then I'm going to have a tie-dye paper. Oh, this is kind of a grid paper. I only have one of these. This I definitely got in Happy Mail from Maria, I believe. I think. If Maria, if you watch this, let me know. Did you send me that? She might not remember. So I have another coloring book page. Let's go ahead and fold that too. I kind of just want to make sure, like, I have enough, like, you know, if I put a music paper in the first signature and the second signature, that would be fine. Every page doesn't have to be one of a kind, but, you know, we'll see how it goes when I actually start collating these and what I have and what I don't have. Because these are all need to be cut in half. That has writing on it. Yeah, these all need to be cut on the fold here. Let's do that. So yeah, I think that the next video working on these journals will be the covers. So that could be very interesting. I'm trying to think, what will I do first? I usually reinforce the spines first. Make new spines, reinforce spines, whatever I need to do with the spines. So I might do that off video, and then come on and I can show you the spines, and then we can do the inside papers together and figure out if we're going to do pockets on the inside of the covers. These would be great to do, like, let me get this straight real quick. I don't think it's straight. But like library pockets, since they're kind of like old books, and they could have been library books, and they're neutral, and I can just picture a library pocket in there in each one. And then, not sure about the second, if I would make, like if I do a library pocket, I would like to put it in the back of the book, back cover, and then so in the front cover. I'm not sure what I would do there. Maybe something with scrapbook paper, but it would depend on the paper that I put in there too, on whether I wanted to cover it up. You know, sometimes it's so pretty you don't want to cover it up. I do have clear pockets though that I could use if I wanted to. Alright, so let's fold these in half. So I've got more of this too if I need it, so I'll put that over here. Wow, we really got that pile down. I'll show you. I know it's out of sight, out of your sight right now, but I'm going to show you in just a second. Yeah, you saw, oh look at that, that's cool. How the white keys are named. Very cool. I like that page. Look at that, the hands. This is the cover. Oh, this is a scale book. Okay, that's why it's This is a neat cover too. I like the coffee dyeing on it. Let's see, does this have a... It probably has, on one of these pages, probably has the copyright. I'll let you know if I see it. I think this is one that I got at a thrift store. Like, I have some of my piano books. And I think I have even have my old scale book. But this one is not. Wasn't one of mine. This was one I got at a thrift store. So, pedal your own canoe. Pedal study. About the pedals. Piano pedals. Piano pedals. I don't see a date anywhere yet. A brief history of the piano. Very brief. That little paragraph right there. That's good though. My piano books, I don't remember my piano books ever having a history of the piano. How to bring out the melody. Very neat. Yeah. I learned how to play the piano, but my teacher never went over the history of the piano with me, or she never talked about how to bring out the melody. And that would have been a good thing to learn, right? Yes, it would have. Would have. Okay, so here's what I'm left with. You saw the big pile we started with. Here's what's left. And then here is the folded pages. Aha! All the beauty is in this pile now. Doesn't that look nice? I think it does. I love coffee dye paper. And paper in general, so no matter what color it is. So, okay, we'll get started on this. The covers in the next video. And don't forget, I have put these 3 in my shop. If you would like to get these and work along with me, you could. I get my orders in the mail the next day. I have the mailman pick them up at my house. So I package them up the night, usually, that I get them, or the day that I get them. I do that night before I go to bed and put an order in for the mailman to come pick them up at my house. So it works out really well. And that way I can get it in the mail. I've only had a couple times where the mailman, like, I don't know if she forgot to come to my door or what. So, once in a while you get a little something, little glitch. But that only happened like once or twice where she didn't come to my door for some reason. Because that's where I put it, on my porch. And she comes to my porch. I don't put it in the mailbox because it won't fit in the mailbox. So, but on my porch, she comes in. Our mailman is a lady, or a male person, and she comes and picks it up from my porch. And my porch is a covered porch, so it doesn't get, wind or rain. Well, it might get some wind, but it doesn't get any rain or weather on it. It's deep enough, so it won't get rained on. And if there was any chance of that, I would cover it for the mailman. And it's in a plastic package anyway. But anyway, I'm just saying, next day they go out. So you can get those pretty quickly if you would like to craft along with me. Or just follow this video after you get it. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.